adrenaline was so high that everything happened so fast, you know.
What's good, guys? Welcome to Vibe Check. Today I have the amazing Angie Marino, USA athlete, just an overall badass. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, super happy to have you here. And I've been following you for a while with all your BMX, all the energy you've been doing, and I'm just super stoked that you're here with Sullen and everybody today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I just seen you got accepted back into X Games.
Yeah, it's not accepted back. It's the first ever women's BMX contest ever.
Ooh, what?
Ever.
No way.
Yeah.
So tell me about that, because so what? Is it just like they've never allowed women to participate, or?
Yeah, over the years we've done demos with them, and they offered us, like, the last demo we did, I can't remember if it was like 2018 or 2019, but they paid us to go do a demo, and it sounded like we were going to have our own contest the following year. And then the following year came and they offered us another demo, and we turned it down. And then it's been kind of like quiet since then. And I guess it's under like new ownership, and there's a bunch of new people in the office. So this year they made it happen, and it's really amazing to like see some of the articles that have been coming out like about it. Like the new owners are like taking full responsibility of like the past owners' mistakes, and like they're like, we really need to step it up for women, and they're including like women's vert best trick as well this year, which is pretty cool for skateboarding.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
They need to, you know, because it's so much more than just a men's sport. I do believe that as well.
Yeah. I mean, the whole industry isn't made up of men, so
we all came from a woman, but did we? So I see you obviously doing contests. You ride dirt too. Like, how does all that work for you?
Well, right now I'm focusing on riding park contests because I'm on the USA Cycling national team, and I made it to the qualifying series and for Olympics, and hopefully go to Olympics.
Let's go, baby.
But over the years, I don't know. I mean, I've always loved being on two wheels, and I started riding mountain bikes like a few years ago and fell in love with it. And it's been like a nice break of like getting me stoked on BMX as well, because sometimes, you know, I've been riding BMX for years now, like almost 20 years. And
wow,
like I love it, but sometimes it gets a little bit repetitive. So being able to ride mountain bikes and mix it up has like definitely kept the love of all of it going around. So.
Yeah. And with all that being said, like, were you just like a young Grom, like pushed on a bike, no wheels? You just like had that, or how'd you fall into the love of it? Because it's a passion for you, I could see.
Yeah, I love it. I just like growing up, I wanted to do like anything my older brother wanted to do.
Sick.
We were super close, so we did like everything. We rode like dirt bikes, four-wheelers, snowmobiles, and BMX. We like started racing BMX, and that kind of stuck for a few years, and then I stopped riding, and then he started riding freestyle, and then like a few years after he started riding freestyle, I went to skate park with him, and he'd had me try it, and I just haven't left since.
That's crazy. How do you prepare for these like when you were, you know, riding more like off-road dirt, like stuff like that? How do you prepare for something like that, or even something like in park in these contests, and you're on this Olympic team, it's intense. Like, how do you mentally go into that?
Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. I guess I've always like loved it, and I've always loved like the adrenaline rush of things, and just I don't know, just going fast and going high is it's like the best feeling ever.
Right.
So I feel like always pushing myself too, and like scaring myself. Like I try to scare myself every time I ride, and it's like such an excitement, you know? And so I guess that's what's kept me like going all these years.
Just like the thrill of pushing yourself.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love that. No, it's dope for sure. I mean, it's respected and super impressive, because it's one thing to ride a bike on street and then you take it to dirt and then you can do both. You're on Olympic team. This is a lot of accomplishments for sure.
It's all over the place. I'm just like so excited. I'm like, oh, there's fun stuff over there. Oh, let's go do this over there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then you got picked up, but you've been with Vans. Cole, how long for Vans?
I was getting flow from them for a couple of years, and then I think it was 2018 that I got put on pro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That felt good.
Yeah.
That's so sick. And have you ever just went down really, really hard? Obviously you have, but have you ever like really went down to the point where you maybe were like, I don't know if I could do this anymore?
No.
No, you knew. I'll get through it.
No, I mean, yeah, like the older I get, I'm like, okay, I'm like kind of sick of getting hurt, but it's just a part of it, you know? And like, there's times like when I do get hurt and then you're away from riding and you're just like, fuck, I want to go ride again, you know? So no, I've never had that like, okay, this is like done, you know?
Yeah.
And I've had some pretty gnarly injuries. I like over-rotated a flip one year and I fractured like a vertebrae in my spine.
Ooh.
And that was like, good thing it wasn't too bad. It was only a compression fracture, so it was like 3 months. And then a gnarly one from mountain biking, I like just overshot a jump and got like bounced off and I dislocated my elbow. Oh. And I just like sat up and I was like, my arm was like here. And I was like, I just like felt it. I was like, oh, okay, it's not broken. So I just like flipped it over and like pulled it down and went whoosh. And that was probably like one of the craziest injuries I've ever had, because I was just like, this is so different from anything that has ever happened to me.
Yeah. That's intense.
Yeah,
you popped it back into place. Like, all good. Yeah. That's gnarly.
Yeah. Cause I mean, like I've always heard that like I've seen so many friends dislocate their shoulders, and the quicker you get it back in, the easier and the faster the healing time process is. So.
Right. Well, I'm glad that went through. You see that in the movies, they just pull it in, they move on. You're like, I don't know if that's how it goes, but it is.
It is. It's like adrenaline was so high that everything happened so fast, you know?
Yeah. And I see you have some art going.
Yeah.
When did you start collecting?
The second I turned 18.
Yeah? You waited too? Like, I waited when I was 18 too, literally.
I mean, I didn't wait. I got some little ones before I turned 18. But my sleeve, it was like the day after my birthday. I like made the appointment. I had the appointment made for like right when I turned 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tight. Are you going to keep adding to your collection? What do you think?
I think so. Just slowly here and there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm happy that I did a full sleeve, because it's like very like, it seems together. And then this side, I'm kind of sad that I was like, oh yeah, let's do random things.
The best part is you can tie that all in when you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see you have the like Japanese style going right there. That's sick. And then more American traditional on the left.
Yeah.
What inspired all that?
I'm really close with my dad, and so I just always loved like the story of like the koi fish and Japanese artwork, traditional stuff. So yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm probably going to butcher the story, and I'm sure maybe you know about it, but
run it. We're here for it.
It's like they swim upstream, and like the tighter they are, it's like the tighter the bond is. And because I'm so close with my dad, I got like one for me and one for him.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's funny. My dad used to like make koi ponds at every house we've had.
Yeah.
And it's so peaceful. There's just something about them.
Yeah, you'll have to like do research on the whole story, because it's like a whole thing, and that's when people turn it into like a dragon in the back and stuff, and it's like they swim upstream and then they turn into like this insane thing. Yeah,
I love that. So obviously you have the X Games coming, women's coming. How are you guys all preparing for that? Is it like gnarly? Like you got that email and you're like, yo, well, you're accepted. Like what? I need to like know more of that.
It doesn't feel real still.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's all like happening so fast, and it's like we're a couple months out, so it's kind of like but focusing more so on park right now for the Olympic qualifying series is like my main focus. And just I guess because X Games is like a cement bowl and more of like a bowl style contest, it's like I'm gonna have to like add in some bull riding again.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And at home, like in North Carolina, I moved to North Carolina a year ago to focus on park riding. So all I've been riding is like an indoor wooden park. And then now I'm like, okay, I gotta come to California a few times.
Oh shoot. No, that's gnarly. So when you're riding in there, do you have to have pegs on them, or do you just take them both off?
No, you can set your bike up however you want.
How do you roll it?
Right now I only have 2 pegs.
Right or
Couple
left?
years, right.
Yeah, you're right. So is that
Yeah.
you more right dominant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like a couple years ago I was running 4 pegs, you know.
Is that not it?
Right now no,
It's not the steez?
but maybe after,
Okay.
cuz I was like really getting into doing opposite grinds and stuff.
Yeah. I seen some of your videos going on the right when you were, I think it was like some Olympic ride and you like fell and then you landed it.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's such a high like bunny hop. It was pretty dope.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's tight. No, for sure. Obviously everything you have going on, like what do you have coming up and how do you train? I see you running a lot, you know, like what's your training outside of that look like?
Mm, right now, because we're so close to everything, I've just been doing like 3 days of gym and then a couple days of cardio.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're like 4 weeks out from our first qualifying event, so
And is that in
nothing too
Ventura?
crazy. No,
No.
that's in Shanghai.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
Yep, and then we have our second qualifying event, and that one's in Budapest, and then basically gonna that's gonna be crazy. Like we're going to Budapest for our last Olympic qualifier, and then the weekend after is X Games. So we're basically gonna fly straight from Budapest here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be tight. I'm coming
Yeah.
through Ventura for sure. Yeah, that's going to be sick. I'm excited to see all that for sure. I mean, it just
Yeah.
seems like there's so much controversy with like men, women, sports. It's a big deal right now,
Yeah.
you know? But I mean, I think it's dope that they are having that because I do think it'll project more people to come through, support
Yeah.
the sport itself.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been in BMX for a long time, and just seeing like what the Olympics has done for especially the women's side of BMX has been incredible. Like it's brought in like so much money for so many girls who like couldn't get to contests, and now they have like all these federations and countries and sponsors like backing them. They're getting salaries and all the things. So it's like it's really amazing to see that, because that like turns into progression, and the progression has been through the roof these past few years.
Like just with tricks? Or
Yeah, like
really?
I never would, like if you would have asked me like that, like what it would be like today, I wouldn't have thought that it would be where it's at right now. Like the level is incredible, and every single contest it just keeps getting like pushed up and up. It's cool.
Yeah, you guys are all pushing each other up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you feel like is something that you've done that you never thought like you would do before? I see you doing like a backflip, like crazy stuff like that. But what's one thing where you're like, yeah, I never thought I would do that?
I don't know. Run a marathon.
26 miles real
0.2.
quick in New York, no big deal. That's well, yeah, that. But like even on the bike, like that thing's taking you some places.
Yeah.
Yeah, that alone, right?
I think just when I first started riding, there wasn't many girls, and so there wasn't really anybody I could look up to, and I didn't know that like I could even be professional at this, and so I think that it's
Yeah.
something that like I never knew I could do.
Yeah. Who do you look
So,
up to in the sport, would you say?
oh, so many people.
Yeah. Drop
Yeah.
some bombs.
Our friend Dakota Roche.
Yep, Colt. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out Dakota. Yep.
Yeah, he's quite the guy. He's sick. He's like he puts his heart into like riding so much and just the sport in general, and it's like amazing to see him push himself, and
Mm-hmm.
like every single video part he puts out, it's like, oh my gosh, he just like upped it,
Full send.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then definitely some like old school legends I've always looked up to, like Mike Aiken and
Mhm.
Brian Foster. They were like the OGs of like style.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
so sick. How do you decipher like what you're gonna put your body into, like knowing they're gonna go into these kind of like events? Like do you mentally know you're gonna fall at some point and you're just like, I'm with it, I don't care, like I have to send it, I got my sponsors, my team, like
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of it, so you just try not to think about it. And I mean, I've been trying, like, I try to ride as hard as I can at home, so when I get to these contests and stuff, I'm prepared
yeah.
for like anything. But yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it'll get you when you least expect it.
Yeah, because like, I mean, dude, you're on two wheels. Like you can go down at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like those off-road, those bigger jumps, like you just see some gnarly stuff on IG, like people just eating it, and it does not look fun. Very, very
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, with mountain biking, it's so fun, but yeah, it's definitely like a little bit more scarier because it's like so much more high speed and like the jumps are huge, but
Huge.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a full commitment.
Yeah, but for the most part, I feel like they build the jumps pretty great to where you don't really have to like think about like where you're at. You just kind of hold on and I don't know, where as like BMX dirt jumps, some of the dirt jumps are like built really technical and it's like, okay, I got to pump here, I got to like pull back here, I got to push through here, and like with mountain bikes it's like, okay, as long as I get like the speed, like you just carry through.
Yeah, and are you breaking down at all?
Sometimes, yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on like a course like those off-road courses, do you do you just send, or are you like really like, obviously you're studying it, you know how far everything is?
I don't know how far
You
everything
don't.
is. No, I mean, I'm pretty new to it still, but I have like a lot of really talented friends and I'm just like, "Hey, let me follow you through this." You know, I trust like your riding and everything, and that's how I like get hyped to do like new things.
So you guys just send it together,
Yeah.
back to back, just tight like the koi, like fish, literally. Like that? Or is it like he goes, you watch him, you go?
No, pretty tight cuz then you like can't figure the speed out, you know.
Yeah. That's gnarly. I just think it's dope. You don't see women doing that.
Yeah, there's a few out there.
Yeah. Well, you're one of them. That's what's up. Yeah. Well, I love that. And then what else do you have coming up for the future besides X Games?
After like these few next contests, I would really like to take like a step back from contests and probably focus on filming a couple of video parts towards the end of the year,
Yeah.
like both mountain bike and BMX.
You have some video parts already out?
Yeah.
What are they?
I did like my first little mountain bike one last year, and I went and rode the desert in Utah, and it was so fun. It was pretty quick, so I want to really like work on a longer project.
Mm,
Yeah, and then I've
okay.
done like a couple videos with fans for BMX, and so it'd be sick to work on another video project for them.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with the one in Utah, you just send it out there and you guys just like literally are creating everything that's going out there. Is it like pre-made track or?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of friends who live out there, and there's this insane event out there. It's been going on for like 15 or 20 years. I don't know exactly. It's called Red Bull Rampage.
I've seen
And
that.
yeah, the guys
Yeah.
they come in and they build lines and then they have their contest, but all of that land like you're allowed to go ride and all of like the sites are still there. So it's like my friends who live out there, they keep up like some of the jumps, so you can go out and ride like some of like the old Rampage stuff and
No way.
yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's so
So
tight.
it's fun.
Red Bull's usually pretty much the main big sponsor for everything, right? Would you say?
Yeah, they do a lot of like cool stuff for cycling.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how long's that video out been out for? One from Utah.
Since December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to check that one out for sure. That's dope. And so these next videos you'd like to make, would it be just more just freestyle, just street riding like you, or is it like park?
Probably like a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always fun to do a mix of things.
Yeah. I feel like you have to have street involved though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely do street stuff. Yeah, there's some things that like when I was living in San Diego, I still have like a little folder on my phone of like spots I still want to
All the
go film
spots.
at. Yeah.
Isn't that the best? You're just cruising and you like see just like a down rail or something
Yeah.
and you're like, yo, hold on.
Yeah.
You're like putting the address in.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother Boo Johnson, he's a pro skateboarder. Shout out Boo. He literally, that's all he does.
Yeah.
We'll be driving and he's like, wait. And like we have to stop. It's like a whole thing. But I think
Yeah.
it's dope though.
I know it's like sometimes I'll be driving to a new place and I'll just like see something, I'll just like screenshot it and be like, okay, there's a spot there.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
fun.
stoked though. You like just made this happen such short notice. Thank you for, pulling up.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to project to the people? Anything besides obviously you guys X Games coming up for the women's sport, but anything else that you want to give them?
I don't know. I'd love to see some more ladies on bikes.
Ladies on bikes. It's dope because you do know the few that are out there. Like my
Yeah.
homegirl Courtney Conolog is one of the best like women pro surfers. Like,
Oh,
and
nice.
she's right out of Huntington Beach where we're at. You know,
Yeah.
you just don't see a lot of women doing sports, but you do, and it's dope because they can keep up.
Yeah. I
You
know,
know,
it's cool. There's definitely like more and more getting involved, so it's sick to see.
I see this Bloom BMX energy you guys have pop in. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I'm the co-founder of Bloom BMX. It's a women's platform for BMX. When I first started riding, there wasn't like many focus on women's BMX for the media, and so my friend and I, we kind of had our own things at the time, and then a few years ago, we came together and created Bloom BMX together, and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, how did you get the name Bloom? It's like a flower. Like what popped up with that? I see the emoji. Like, what's the deal?
I'm so bad with like names and stuff, and I was just like driving. I think I was driving from California to Arizona, and it was like springtime, and I was trying to think of a name, and like it was everything was in bloom, and I was like, what about Bloom BMX? Because it's like women growing into like bigger things as well. So
Yeah. And then like, do you feel like it's attracting more other women to step into this space of like, it's okay to ride, like we can promote this, we could do
yeah,
this?
yeah, it's been amazing to watch like the growth of it. We've done a lot of cool things over the years, and just getting like women hyped and girls hyped on things, and just making them feel like they have a space in action sports has been cool to see.
Yeah, that's dope. And then
Yeah.
is it something that is just like you guys rep it? It's like you could flow people that are pushing it. Like, how does it?
Right now we don't have like a team or anything, but
Yeah.
we try to like if we see like a girl posting a clip and it's sick, we repost it, and
Yeah,
yeah, we
that's
just
tight.
try to like hype everyone up.
It's a hype. Dope. So obviously you come down to Huntington, and then tell me about this whole pink ramp thing I'm hearing about.
Pink ramp.
Yeah, well, I know that you guys got a big ramp and got like the highlight of it, right?
Yeah, so a couple years ago when Vans was still doing the US Open, they did a contest on the beach for BMX and skate, and they approached us to do like to be a part of the event and do a feature on the course.
Sick.
And we came up with the idea of doing like, because I've always loved to do roof drops, and I was like, okay, I want to do something with a roof drop. And so Beatrice, who also does the Blue BMX, we came together with doing a lighthouse, and it was like kind of like an on to hop up to the top of it and then off, and then there was rails on the side, so it was like this whole big thing, and we were like, is this too big? Like maybe Vans isn't going to want to do something this big, and then they ended up loving it, and it was like the center of the contest. And
That's sick. And you guys, it was pink.
it was the biggest ramp, and it was the center of the event, and yeah, we got to paint it pink.
Oh my God. Did everybody hit it, or did a lot of people were like, no, we're not hitting it?
No, it was everybody's favorite feature because there was just like so many options. You could like jump it, you could hop on top of the roof and do stuff off of it. You could do like somebody won best trick on the rail, and
Oh, really?
yeah, it was, yeah, I would say I'd probably say it was the focus of the event. I'll claim it.
Hell yeah. That's dope. And do you know what happened with Vans? Like Vans isn't running US anymore, right?
No, I mean, I don't really know what happened with that. I know Pacifico is a new sponsor. I think just COVID kind of messed a lot of things up for a lot of companies, and I think whoever was in charge at the time just didn't think that the US Open was,
Gonna hit.
yeah, something that they need to be a part of, which was kind of sad because
Yeah.
I feel like that's Vans, but
Yeah, Vans US Open literally since we
yeah,
were like little Groms
yeah.
living in Huntington,
So
going
it's
down.
kind of sad to see it go. And when Vans left, obviously they didn't do the skate or BMX contest on the beach anymore. It's a sad day, but
Yeah.
maybe it'll come back.
Another day, another bloom. Well, I'm super stoked you got to come through. You guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow Angie right here. You know, keep up with SullenTV.
All
And
things.
yeah, we got to keep the vibe going, baby. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Love, guys.
Bye.
That was Vibe Check. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go ahead and comment below on who you guys want to see on the show. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.